Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuke ama-reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows siyaphinda ke futhi sikhulume ngama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. You guys, if it's your first time joining me today and you think you like the content of this channel, please subscribe Langezans, okay? And also, if you've been around and you know that you want to be an honorary member, the member of parliament, okay, there's a John button Langezansi, and also guys, there's a thanks button, there's a like button, and also there are adverts on this video. All of those are ways that you can use to support this channel so that it can grow, okay? Anyway, you guys, today we are doing a full review of Ofuze. I think this was episode 5 that they did on 161 last night, and I did not review episode 4. So in reviewing episode 5, I might talk about some scenes that took place in episode 4 if I need them for this episode, because I did not do the full review then. And yeah, you guys, let's have some fun. Okay, let me talk about how I feel about this show at this moment. Listen, the show is still very entertaining to me. In me not reviewing episode 4, it's in no way indicating that I'm bored by the show. It's just me not having the time to actually sit down and do these videos. Sometimes I have to choose which videos the viewers are demanding are demanding so much from me, and choose which one. But honestly, you guys, I'm still enjoying the show. However, as we're moving towards the end of the season, of course, I'm starting to think, what are other things that I would love to see when it comes to the Ofuze family? Okay, you know, hands down, guys, this is the best idea, to have this family that has such a healthy life. You know, to see just a happy black family, mom and dad still together. You know, they are about Ntando, they are about spending time with each other. I love that. It's a positive representation of black families. It's like a perfect representation of, you know, black families. But we do know that, guys, with families it varies. Sometimes there is a dad, sometimes there isn't. Some people are single mothers, some people dads have passed or moms have passed, or whatever, you guys. But it is so great to see a family like that have healthy relationships and can communicate with each other. We love to see it. I love to see it. So I'm still enjoying the show, you guys. However, I feel like, okay, we have seen the family, we see them in their homes. I think what I would love to see more of is their relationships with other people outside of the family, friendships with other people that are not family. I would like to see that. I would like to see a little bit of extended family. I would like to see family Ngcobo, for an example. Is his mother still living? His mom and dad still living? Does he have siblings? I would love to see that side. The same with Ngcobo. You guys, I would like to see her side of the family. Does she have sisters? What's happening with the parents? Because whatever is happening with her family, I would love to see more of that, you guys. And also this party Ntombi that she has been planning forever and ever, I just would love for us to finally see the party, because it's been, I don't know if they want to give it to us as the finale finale episode event. But I would like, we've been waiting for this party for how many episodes now? I just want it to happen now, okay? So I would love to say that, you guys. I also would just love to see them at work, because of course they do different types of things in the entertainment space, but also they do perform together. I would like them to go do a show together, and we can see the behind the scenes, the people that they work with, and all of that, you guys. So maybe they are planning to do that in the next season. I do not know, but I'm just starting to feel like, yeah, now I get it. You guys are happy, very healthy family. Okay, can we get something else? Can we get something else? So yes, you guys, I'm feeling like that. Anyway, when this episode starts, Ujabu had spoken to his mom last episode about Punki being his daughter, and saying that we are cool Punki, and they have to get into those conversations about Ukula wentombazane, and of course he was looking for advice from his mom, and his mom is like, hey, you are looking at the in the wrong direction, because now I don't know what I don't know what to do. I didn't know what to do at the time. What I did was I got some pamphlets and gave them to Ntombi. At least Mama got some pamphlets. Hey, we did not even get some pamphlets. At least Mama got to tell me some pamphlets, okay? It's not an easy conversation. I had always thought, before I had kids, that once I have kids, those conversations, they're just going to flow. They don't. They don't. So they're the most difficult conversations to have. And also with him, he is a single father, but not really, because the child's mother is still around. So I think the child is in between the two of them. And yeah, you guys, but I think they could still arrange to just sit down together and have a conversation if they wanted to. So yes, you guys, so they were just talking about that. They were having a picnic with the kids. I couldn't figure out whose kids the kids were, but I know that Upunki was there, and I think Tombi's daughter was also there. I think there was a third child as well. I don't know if Nkosinathi or not. So I couldn't figure out ukuthi umntwana kabani okhona, okay? So now in this episode, Nkosinathi is sitting down with Usandra, because you guys, of course, in the last two episodes, he has tried to get the siblings together so that they can have a discussion on whether they do want Amaponi to come back or not. And he has not been successful in getting the siblings together. They seem to be very busy, but I think that more than them being busy, I think it's not priority for them to have that meeting and actually just make a final decision, because the last time they spoke, they seem to have agreed that they want to try and see if they can do Amaponi again. But then when he is trying to arrange the meeting, because Nkosinathi, I think he's the one that wants it more than the other siblings. So when he's trying to arrange for them to get together, it doesn't happen. So I feel like he is feeling now like maybe this is over, I must do something else. So he's having a conversation with his wife about possibly doing some solo projects, okay? For some reason we were talking about them is Zulu, and we were like, how old is Nkosinathi? And when we checked, they said he is 40. So I'm wondering, guys, at 40, is it a good idea to now start a solo career and in the music industry? I don't know, but the family is in the music industry, so they know what could work and what couldn't, or maybe he knows that it could work, okay? His wife at the beginning looked like she was not really keen to have him start his solo career. I think the whole family seemed to think it's a good idea for them if they go back to music to just do Amaponi, because there's already an established project or name, Amaponi. So why would they start something new now? But it's gonna be difficult because all of them seem to be so busy with their own lives. They have their own careers outside of music. So it's like now to get them together, it's gonna be hard. I mean, if you can't get the people together for one meeting, how are you going to record an album or even a song? So he's talking about that. Apparently, Pastor Sandra was actually in the music industry back in the days. She was rapping. There was a time when all of us thought we were rappers when we were in high school. I think Pastor Sandra is our generation. So, and if Nkosinathi is 40, if Google is right, Google sometimes, if he is 14, then I'm assuming that his wife is around that age. Guys, there are times when I feel like she does look a little bit older than him. But I'm like, no, maybe I think Nkosinathi is young because we know him from Amaponi. So it's hard to think of him now as a grown man, So now she was rapping there, and so they're going down memory lane and all of that. I thought it was a fun conversation for them to have. So Nkosinathi is talking about possibly them her being featured in an album, and yes, you guys, but Usandra doesn't seem to want to do it. She just says she left the music industry. Music industry. So she's not about it. Ufana nombali from Real Housewives of Devon. I'd say anyway, you guys, so at the end, I mean, she ended up, if you are a wife, sometimes you have to be like, okay, even though I don't think it's a good idea, but I will support you in doing it, okay? So I don't know how that is going to go, you guys. I would love to know more details also on what Nkosinathi just does for a living, Jana, besides music I guess I can't say here and there. It's just that we haven't seen it on the show. I would love to see the details of how they make a living, all of the siblings. Because we know Ntombi, because, we see her on TV. We know Uvuyiswa, because we do see her on TV and hear her voice voice as well on voiceovers and stuff. But the boys, I don't know what they do. I would like to know more about that, okay? Out of all the siblings, really, it is clear that the two siblings that are the closest is Ujabu Nontombi. And it makes a bit of sense, you guys, because abalamani, they don't come right after each other, I find that it's easier to get along with a sibling that is not ongalamani naye, it's easier for me to get along with my brother, who is the last born. I'm the fourth, he's the sixth. And I had a challenge getting along with my sister, who was the fifth, who came right after me. I do have a challenge to get along with the one that comes right before me, but we try. But it's easier to get along with the older ones, So I think that in the sibling line, sometimes that happens. So they just seem to get along because abalandelani in the sibling line, Ujabu Nontombi, and they seem to spend a lot of time together. They even went sex toy shopping, and I was like, huh? You going sex toy shopping with your brother? I'm like, this is another level of closeness. Your brother must never know of the things you do privately. But obviously, this family, guys, they are extremely close. They talk about everything. So I guess Ujabu wanted to sort of get advice from Ntombi when it comes to Punki, because he wasn't successful with his mother. His mother was like, listen, I was just as lost as you are about it, okay? And Ntombi naye make some suggestions. Maybe she will talk to them, because Ntombi seems to be free veiling about those conversations. And and then she makes a suggestion, why don't you speak to Brother Lee? I was trying to figure out for some time now, who is Brother Lee? And Brother Lee is Nkosinathi. For some reason they call him Brother Lee. Maybe it's the term they use, Sontweni. So also, why don't you speak to him? Because he's been married for a long time and he'll be able to give you some advice. This is where we find out, not that there is issues between Nkosinathi and Jabulani, but they're not as close, And the reason for that is because when they were younger, this is what Ujabu says, they used to like the same girls, okay? So it never used to work. Number one, you guys, the boys, they are very handsome. So I imagine that Vele, the girls. So now I imagine going to whatever events or clubs or whatever parties, and it's both of them. The confusion there. Now I was thinking, because I was like, okay, you like the same girls. Yeah, now it's over. Now you are grown. Now, you can just, move on with your relationship. Why is it so deep with them? Did somebody take somebody's girlfriend that they were in love with? And I also started thinking, was Pastor Sandra not one of those girls that they both liked? Which makes their relationship still uncomfortable to this day, Because he's saying they're not that close, because at some point they just decided they were not going to spend a lot of time together, because it just wasn't working when it came to the girls. And also I'm just wondering, because Pela Nkosinathi has been married for a very long time. They say that he's been married for like forever. I want to know how long has he been married. I think they did say in the first episode. And so when did that happen, But anyway, you guys, I'm just hoping Pastor Sandra is not one of those girls. Jabulani was also in love with Pastor Sandra, and then Pastor Sandra chose Nkosinathi because they say Nkosinathi used to have 10-pack. Anyway, you guys, I guess it's just that, you guys, and it doesn't sound that serious, but he was just trying to explain why he is not the one, his choice in terms of wanting to have those conversations with, that they do not have that kind of a relationship, okay? And the next thing, you guys, listen, when I say this family is healthy, I don't mean healthy as in emotionally, but I mean healthy as in gym laphayana, everybody uyaphuma, they go for a walk, ama title laphana. There's an episode, episode 4 that I didn't review, where they all went for a walk as a family. Ubaba Ngcobo uyajima laphana, uyalifta. Hi bo. Guys, black families. Niphila kanje nathina sisiphizilana sidla uphuthu nani lana siyakhuluphala kanti niyajima nina endlini zenu. Anyway, you guys, I love saying it. I love saying it because the families that, of course, we do have the Ranaka family, which is like, yo, and also they also a true representation of how their family is like. But this, we are seeing something different. I am loving it. I really am. Akukakhinywa show, and I love it, you guys. So the dad is like, Mom Jema here, and Ujabu just comes to speak to him, because over and above the fact that Upunki we are cooler and he needs to have those conversations with her, but he also is talking about the surname change. So Ubaba was advising him, listen, it depends what the family wants. I guess those are the conversations that we will have to have with the family. If uhlawulile, it's different. Sometimes they want izinto if uhlawulile ungahlawulanga and all of that. And sometimes if they've been taking care of the child, they would want, more, for you to be able to change the surname. But if you've been taking care of the child, it might be different. So he's just advising us, if it's a good idea to change the surname, if you guys as the parent want to do that, but just know what they might require some things from you, the family. Okay. And now the next thing, it was Untombi with Umzolo. They are trying to plan the event, okay, which is the unveiling of, they are saying it's an unveiling of the tombstone. So I don't know if the kids, did they say, you guys, maybe I'm forgetting that they said that if the kids were buried on top of each other, because you can do that, and then obviously you have one tombstone, because sometimes I feel like they instead of saying tombstones, they will say a tombstone. So do they have one tombstone? I don't know, you guys. I'm still trying to understand there. So they were just trying to put ideas together, and they're not agreeing in some things, but they agree in that they want a beautiful event for their kids, okay? And then they get to a point where Untombi shares with Umzolo ukuthi, the brothers don't seem to have that close relationship, and these are the things that Ujabu said when it comes to both of them. And she wanted umkhwenyana wakhe to do something, I guess get the boys together and see if they can sort things out. And and I think he decided that he's going to plan something. I think that is going to be interesting, you guys. I even wonder if Nkosinathi is aware of the way their relationship is like, and is aware of what the reasons are for that. I would like to hear his side from that. The next one, you guys, like I say, like I want to live in Pilo Kababungo, no Mamgo. Okay, they are out because Uvisa gave them, guys, is it Vuisa or Vuile? Someone was correcting me in the comment section, guys. Uvi, okay? Gave them some money to go do some self-care, so they are there getting their nails done, pedicure, everything, massages and stuff. I'm like, this couple is living the life, you guys. It's so great to see them. They're just comfortable. When you get to a point where you're just comfortable with each other and you are up for anything. The fact that Ubaba agrees to go. Ngicela nje amadoda amaZulu nje abuke nje laphayana uhash elimhlophe. Maskandi artist was there doing his nails. Hey, manje inzima. I never. But they're just there chilling, you guys. I love seeing it. So they just started having a conversation about I wasn't understanding whether they want to do a tombstone for Umama Kamam Ngobo, and Ubam Ngobo was very supportive of that idea, because apparently his mom-in-law was very, very nice and welcoming to him, and apparently it was back in the day when he didn't even have a lot of money. So yes, and there was that thing Yogutum Zulu and Umam Ngobo umshangane, so it was like why you have a Zulu or something like that, and then on top of that and but he says she was very welcoming to him, so she loves him very much. So anything for mother-in-law he would support. Okay. Anyway, you guys, so they were just, when they're talking about the past and laughing about it, back in the days when Mama didn't even trust that he would have enough for Ilobolo and all of that. I thought it was cute to actually watch that. Anyway, you guys, the next one was Yes, I've already spoken about Untombi kanye nolokhuzana with her husband. I think the scene that I didn't talk about was when she was meeting the events planner to talk about the event, what she wants for the event, and all of that, you guys. It seems like it's going to be a beautiful event. I wanted to come, but I also know that it's a unveiling for kids, so I know it's gonna be very emotional. I don't know if we'll be able to take it, because in the last episode, you guys, when they were sitting and talking about it, Umzolo did break down, to when he was saying he really, really misses his kids, guys. To hear a father say that, because you know what, I really just miss my kids, and I can't even imagine what they're going through, guys. I imagine losing a child is a lot. Using more than one is just, I don't know. So I feel like even though I'm looking forward to the unveiling, I kind of feel like, are we going to be able to take it when it finally comes? I know it's going to be beautiful, but just the fact that it's for the kids, it's going to be a lot. And also, you guys, I just want the event Kantombi to come now, okay? In last episode, also, there was a scene when Ntombi was sitting with Usomizi looking for marriage advice. I was like, marriage? Somizi? Advice? I wouldn't think. Maybe career advice, because Somizi does have a lot of money, okay? He has done very well in the entertainment space. But marriage, I was like, hey, how much do you care about this marriage? Hey, yeah. It's like someone who didn't finish the race, but you go and ask them, so how do I finish the Comrades Marathon? How do I finish the Comrades Marathon? The person is like, yeah, this is what you do, but they never finished it. I was like, and I don't see it. But anyway, they're friends. Sometimes friends can advise in all sorts of that stuff, even things that they haven't really gone through or things that they've gone through, and they're like, okay, don't do it like me. This is the reason why I failed. It could be a situation like that. But I mean, I think he gave great advice, because I've been saying that I think that when it comes to them, that tradition versus Christianity thing, they have to find a compromise in their marriage on what they're going to do, and at the end of the day, they both have to be happy with what is being done, because it concerns their children. So at the end, they have to compromise. And I do feel like Umzolo has this thing, Yoguti, Mhlasimbe, the things that are happening with the children's passing and all of that is because he didn't follow certain things traditionally. So I feel like even though maybe he didn't care so much about it before, but now he does, because he just feels like maybe they should have done some things, and the fact that they didn't do some things maybe is the reason why things turned out the way that they turned out, and he doesn't want to go through that again. So I do get that, you guys. Anyway, you guys, the show is still watchable. Please watch it if you can. There's even episodes on Facebook. You can get it anywhere. Even here, there's people posting, or sometimes they post the feely, when they're trying to not deal with copyrights, and then the voice is not is not with the lips, and because they have to do that sometimes when they post actual episodes to avoid copyright issues. So anyway, you guys, but you can get the episode anyway, even if you don't have DSTV. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please tell me what you think about this episode in the comment section. Of course, today I think we're watching episode 6 in channel 103, One Magic. And yeah, you guys, so I'll give you the episode this weekend, hopefully. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it, guys. Like number one, you are just saying thank you for the video, okay? But do like helps a lot for the channel to grow. It gives the algorithm some indication that you are liking what you see here, so it can be recommended to other people. So please do that, and share the video with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando kakhulu.